Hello and welcome back to the India Blues podcast. And today is the big day, Sunday match, Chelsea versus Liverpool. We're going to talk about the lineups. We're going to talk about the Caicedo saga and never a boring day here at Chelsea. We'll start with the Caicedo saga. The match has now become more of an ego battle between Chelsea and Liverpool. This is like more of a fight for Caicedo than a fight for the Premier League title.
Yeah, I think the battle on the pitch has taken a back seat for now. So many emotions to process regarding everything that's happened. I'm worried that this might have been a mental game by Liverpool ahead of our match just to throw us
Yeah,
off our game.
yeah.
And I hope we can still get the 3 points today. I can and put up a fight, irrespective of what happens, whether we're able to unveil the player before the match or not. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
I
kind of
I think
disrupted the whole plan to unveil Caicedo
yeah,
at the bridge ahead of their
yeah,
game, and yeah, it would have been a mental battle that Klopp's won for now. So,
yeah.
uh,
I think
but
the whole narrative about preseason being good and Chelsea focusing on the games and being optimistic, all of it suddenly came crashing down, and no one's talking about how good our lads were during preseason anymore. It's all about Caicedo. So I think
yeah,
the rest of the players might be feeling that uh, the
there's
talk
too
is not
much
about the match
focus. Yeah,
anymore. Yeah, there's too much noise in this one player coming in potentially. Might, on the other hand, pump them up, but we never know. These are the kind of epic mental battles that Jose Mourinho used to pull on
yeah,
his opponents. But I think uh, we have been the subject of one this time.
yeah. But whether we get Caicedo or not, whether he's you know unveiled at the bridge or not, it's been a great preseason. It's been a really promising start, and I really hope it
Yeah.
gets carried forward to the game and we're not distracted by this whole saga.
I think on Friday morning when you read the headlines that Liverpool had just outbid us for Caicedo after a 3 month long fight. I mean, for me, it was unbelievable. I was shocked to say the least
Yeah,
to know
that
that a behind the scenes bidding war had taken place. And I mean, I was genuinely pissed off about the fact that if we
hmm,
were going to bid 100 million, we should have done that a month ago and
yeah,
not wait for the last moment.
yeah. This is where I think Roman Abramovich just blew everyone out of the park. He would go like, "You want 50 million, take 70, be happy, go." Bowley is more like, I'm a capitalist. You want 55, here's 47.9. So
Yeah, but I disagree. I think Romans pulled off really great transfers. Like I think he's really arm twisted people and gotten us some really great deals when he really had to. I
yeah,
mean, he was a shrewd businessman at the end of the day. So I think he was really great at negotiating. I think not him personally. I think Maria Granovskia was really great.
yeah,
See, so we've had some really great deals. I mean, especially on the selling side. Imagine selling Alvaro Morata back to Atletico Madrid for 60 plus million. Some of the trades that he's
yeah,
pulled off have been unbelievable, especially the sales that he's done. Uh, but yeah, I think the whole Caicedo thing could have been handled better.
yeah,
uh, we should have, if we were going to pay, right now we are slated to pay 115 million
yeah,
for this player. It's a British record transfer, and if we were going to pay this money, we should have probably, if we had bid 100 million a month ago or 2 weeks ago, we would have probably saved 20 million, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. And a lot
and
of
and,
time
and
and
one of
confusion.
Yeah, and the worst thing, I think, one of the worst things to have happened as a side effect of this was the Tyler Adams transfer. Apparently, he had a medical,
Yeah,
and we were slated to announce him, and then we backtracked because I guess we needed to spend extra money on the Caicedo transfer.
yeah. That
So
was a bit sad. You have to feel sorry for these kind of players. I mean, he was coming back to the Premier League, and he's not a bad player, but I don't see him. I never saw him as a proper Chelsea starter or
Yeah.
even a first reserve for that matter. He'd probably be somewhere two or three players down the line, but uh, yeah, you have to feel bad for the circumstances that surround this
Yeah.
thing. Lavia also, I don't know whether that deal is going to be finalized once we wrap up this Caicedo deal. Only depending on the funds we have, we'll probably bid properly for him. But I just hope these things get sorted quickly.
I think Lavia's potential transfer excites me. Uh,
Hmm.
he might even have a higher ceiling than Caicedo, according to me, from what I've seen so far. He's an exciting player. He's 19, I think, 19, and to be this good at 19,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, it's something to say the least. I think if we do try and get both Caicedo and Lavia, I think that'd be a good decision for Chelsea. I think we should go ahead and make that happen if we can financially, of course. But I don't think there's been a lot of chatter about the financial fair play thing as well. Every time we make a huge signing, that's been
yeah,
the problem. But I don't think a lot of these people understand is that every single transfer that we made in that last transfer window, in the January transfer window last year, was amortized over, say,
yeah.
7 seasons, 8 seasons. So I think we pulled a rabbit out of the hat,
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of a thing.
I mean, fans here sit and try and analyze financial decisions and all that, but
Yeah.
we know nothing about the actual numbers that go behind. We're not qualified or educated enough to make these sort of assumptions about whether we are in the financial fair play or not. But we are being investigated, just like City's been investigated, just like PSG's been investigated, and I think that comes with the spending power that we have. And it's something that all big teams do. So I wouldn't be too worried about the financial fair play rules. I think we're within the boundaries, and we're not doing things illegally. No team is doing things illegally. I
Yeah,
hope.
I mean, yeah, I think more than not being qualified, I think we don't have the full picture, and we might never have the full picture of the numbers. But it's fair to say the least. I mean, it's fair to say that I think on the financial front, we've done a good job of handling these transfers. And one more thing, this Caicedo transfer does signal to me is that the owners are not looking for a transition season. You know, if you're splashing
Yeah,
115 million on a player, on a midfielder, on a defensive midfielder,
yeah,
I think it tells me and it tells Pochettino more importantly that we're not looking to for you to say that this was a transition season. We're looking for Europe. We mean business, and I think a lot
yeah,
of fans and a lot of pundits. I was looking at people's expectations like for Chelsea, for the Chelsea versus Liverpool's season. For they were trying to predict what the league table is going to look like at the end of the season. I think a lot of pundits as well as rival fans are underestimating what we might be capable of this season,
yeah,
uh, and and I like that. I like that we are underdogs once again. I like that we're
yeah.
slated to not finish in the European spots. This is the kind of zone where we thrive
Flourish. Yeah,
the best in. Yeah,
yeah. But um, yeah, given our downfall in the past couple of years, we could not have been anything but underdogs for this season. So I
yeah,
think fair play to them, and I don't think rivals and pundits watch the preseason games, so I'm not too worried about their opinions. But what I do feel is we are going to aim for Europe this season, for Champions
yeah,
League, and it is. I think it will be a close call, but I think we might get there at the end of the on the
yeah,
38th or 37th match day probably. But yeah, we are going to have our struggles throughout the season. The lack of squad depth will be felt at some point or the other, given the fact that we are an injury prone side. I mean, Reece James is injury prone, Chilwell is injury prone, Silva is
yeah.
38, 37 years old, Nkunku's out
We
till
don't have
December.
a we don't have a nailed on number one goalkeeper. as well.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the fact that we are overspending on Caicedo is because we do not have any CDM, any proper CDM in our team. So we had to,
Yeah.
it's demand and supply. We have to overpay to get him, and Brighton knows
Yeah.
that. Liverpool know
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
yeah. So we lost the mental battle. Hopefully, we win the battle on the pitch.
I mean, the whirlwind of emotions that we felt from Friday onwards. I mean, we knew that the Caicedo transfer was coming. We've always been hoping for it. We've spoken about it in past videos, and we've said that we should just splash the money, we should
Yeah,
splash the cash, and just get it done with. It's a win. We're finally getting over the line, but it almost feels like,
like a defeat.
somewhere along, yeah, it feels like a defeat because we're overpaying.
Yeah,
Second, somewhere down the line we feel like it's not been managed properly,
yeah,
and it's also distracted from the opening day hype. I feel
yeah,
like uh, we were slated to come into this match with a lot of momentum, with a lot of positive vibes, but I think all the good work that Pochettino has done in preseason, no one's talking about that anymore. Everyone's just talking about what's happening in this
yeah.
Caicedo deal. But I really do want to talk about it from the Liverpool perspective as well, because I found it really amusing that Klopp basically confirmed the transfer in his
Press
uh,
conference.
what do you call press conference? Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry. Uh, and to find out later that Caicedo doesn't want to sign with Liverpool and wants to sign with Chelsea. I mean, that must affect them as well psychologically, or am I just focusing too much on the Chelsea side of things?
yeah. I mean, I don't think Klopp was being serious when he said that. I think he was just saying that to put Pochettino off because his press conference was just after that, right? So
Yeah,
maybe I'm not sure, but Liverpool doesn't look like a team who will bid 110 million for a defensive midfielder. They're not that kind of a side. They're more of a team that will bid for Lavia. So
yeah,
it was a surprise. Yeah, Friday was a weird
yeah,
day, and the fact that Caicedo chose publicly to say that he wants to join Chelsea and that he is a man of his word, it actually shows a lot of character from his side that he's made a
yeah,
promise and he's ready to live up to it. So whether he's a hit at Chelsea or whether he's a flop at Chelsea, whether he strengthens the squad or not, I feel you need players with character, with that kind of.
mm.
And it's not like he's been offered exorbitant wages because we know the new wage structure does not do that. So it can't be because of his greed for money. It's just that he's given his word to a team and he wants to follow through with that. So respect to him.
It also possibly indicates that I think somewhere Caicedo also felt that Liverpool were not serious about the transfer.
Yeah.
That could be a possible scenario as well that played out in his head when he took that decision. Uh, but yeah, if they don't end up getting Lavia as well, I think that would be a major loss for them. But I don't think we'll be sealing the Lavia deal before the match, obviously,
Yeah. Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully Caicedo gets done and we see him at the bridge. And the icing on the cake would be Chelsea go on to get 3 points.
That,
Yeah.
that is the icing regardless of whatever happens.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean,
yeah.
can't wait for the match. It's going to be great. But I move on to another topic that is equally surprising is that Kepa is now going to
Yeah,
be
dude. I
Real
mean,
Madrid number one goalkeeper.
I don't get it. Are other people seeing something in Kepa that we are not? I mean,
I,
Bayern inquired about
I
him.
think
Madrid
I think
want him
we've
as
done
their.
a great deal. Yeah, I think we've done great business in offloading Havertz going by his performance yesterday, and Mount going by what he did in preseason. But if we pull this off, I think this will be the highest of the season. Even though it's a loan, it's not a
Yeah,
permanent transfer. There's no
yeah.
obligation, but still, getting him off our wage book would be amazing.
Sometimes I sit and think like is Kepa really good? Are we not being able to? But we see the games, right? He's not confident between the post. He doesn't call
Yeah,
as loudly as he should, and he doesn't command the back line in front of him. He makes
yeah,
too many errors.
yeah.
So I'm just baffled.
I mean, that's his biggest weak link. I feel like he's too error prone, and he's always got that mistake in him that can cost us, a couple of points
Yeah,
easily
yeah,
in a game. Uh, and I've seen him so many times just not even moving at the touchline. Like the ball would go past him at arm's length, and he would just stand still.
yeah.
And
He
yeah,
just
it's so
watches the ball
frustrating
go
to
into the
watch.
net. He just watch the
Yeah.
ball go into, then look at the defender.
Yeah, I mean, that would be amazing if we can get him off our books. But whom are we going to rely on to be our number one keeper? There's rumors that we're looking at Casper Michael. What do you
Hmm.
think about him joining us as our potential number one?
Even he's had his share of errors, right? I mean, he's not a complete goalkeeper, but I, I'm I'm not too sure whether he'll be an upgrade or not. But he has had good seasons in the past, and but if we have Sanchez currently in our squad, I think we should give him a chance first, since he was bought with faith that he can be the man between the posts. And for this Liverpool game, I think he's going to be the one starting. So I hope he can have a good start at least, and then we can. I know these deals take time and they have to be done beforehand, but I think we should just wait for a game before deciding on who our new keeper should be.
Yeah,
And if we
yeah,
are going to sign someone, I want us to sign a marquee keeper, because just
mm,
take the headache off your heads and just sign someone who's
yeah,
proven, preferably from the Premier League. But even if he's not, even if he's from
yeah,
somewhere else in Europe, that's fine. But uh,
yeah.
if we have the cash, I think we should splurge on a marquee keeper.
Yeah, I think Kepa is one of the last pieces of the puzzle. Like offloading him will be a big,
Yeah,
tick off the to-do list. It had to happen, and I think, like you said, I agree with the fact that we shouldn't put too much on our plates. We should just focus on this match for now and take things slowly and assess. But if Casper does come, I think uh, I think he will bring a bit of that calm mentality to the squad. I think he's more of an experienced
yeah,
goalkeeper that way. He knows he's established in the Premier League, so I wouldn't mind us signing him. But uh, yeah, we'll have to wait and see, I guess, how that goes.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
De Gea was available for free. I mean, I know he's error prone as well, but I somehow I really like. I mean, he turns up in crucial games, but anyway, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I don't I don't really see De Gea in our lineup. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a mental image of him having played for United
yeah,
for so long.
that's there. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's the only reason. The thought doesn't even cross my head when I think about signing him. But weirdest things have happened in
yeah,
football,
yeah.
so we never know.
I mean, the day I saw
So
that United was letting him go, I texted you.
yeah,
Remember, it's like he's free, he's available, and we have Kepa. Why are we not even looking to sign him?
yeah,
But then, yeah, he
yeah,
he is probably as error prone as Kepa, but this he makes up for it with his shot stopping ability. That's what I feel, especially from close
yeah.
range. But
He has a bit of that flair in him as well. Like
yeah,
he can change games on his own. Like as a keeper, we've seen that.
mm,
We've seen Czech doing it. We've seen Courtois doing it
yeah,
for us. We've seen keepers winning us games in the
yeah,
past, and I think De Gea has that in him on his day. But yeah,
yeah.
that's the thing. On his day is the key
Honestly, yeah,
key sentence in this
yeah,
case. Yeah, yeah. So we'll move on. We'll look at our potential starting 11 for tonight's game against
yeah.
Liverpool, tonight in India, that is. So please take it away.
Okay, so Sanchez is starting as our keeper tonight. Do we have that
Yeah, I
one
think,
nailed in?
yeah, I think That is a guaranteed.
Yeah. And for the centre back pairing, I have Silva and Colville for starting this game. What do you think?
I agree. Yeah. I don't think Badiashile is going to be eligible to play. Uh, so especially not the 90 minutes. So definitely, yeah, Colville and Silva.
Yeah.
And
Our new
this
captain
might be. I
starting in at right back.
I actually am going to say something controversial here. I would like to see Gusto starting because he's been really good at right back. And I would like for us to see if we can slot Reece James into midfield alongside Enzo. You
Hmm.
know, I would
Yeah.
like to see that, but like you stated, Reece James is definitely going to start at right back. So yeah, let's just put him there for now.
Reece James as CDM would be a nice experiment if, but Pochettino did
Yeah,
not try that at all in this preseason. Uh,
no,
he always had Reece James and Malo Gusto at their usual positions. So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, and now with Caicedo signing, I don't think it's going to happen as well. But Malo Gusto is going to get his chance for sure, sometime
yeah,
or the other this season.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So the big question at left back, is he going to start Kukurea or Chilwell? Um, I feel Chilwell's gonna
I
start.
think if we have if we see Kukurea starting, I think we might see riots in the bridge today. So let's just put Chilwell on there.
Yeah. Uh, Enzo's a guaranteed starter, 100%.
Yeah, nailed on, nailed
Yeah.
on.
And we'll probably see Gallagher next to him for now.
I think Gallagher will play up top. Chukwuemeka is likely to play alongside Enzo in the
Okay.
midfield as part of that
Anyway,
pivot, if
they
possible.
keep interchanging. Got to be really careful with spellings. Think I got it right.
You got it right. Yeah, nice one.
So I feel these two
Yeah,
players will be rotating around these three actually, but
yeah,
we might see either Chukwuemeka or Enzo dropping deep at times to help Silva and Colville distribute the ball. And it's
yeah.
going to be like a
And
bit of a free flowing three here.
yeah, I think Gallagher is definitely going to stay up top, closer to hopefully Jackson, who's going to start as well. But yeah, Chukwuemeka might have more of a free roam than Enzo. Let's just see how everything works together. But I think these are the three people who are likely to start today
Yeah.
in midfield.
And do you see Sterling playing on the right today, or do you feel one of the youngsters is going to get a chance?
No, I don't think so. I think Sterling's going to get his chance. Let's just hope that Sterling, gets one over
Right.
Liverpool today. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel Mudrik has to start given his
Yeah. The
performances.
form he's in, yeah, he should start today.
So that more or less is how we predict the starting 11 will look like.
I mean, on paper, I'm not really uh, I mean, this doesn't look great in my opinion. This doesn't look like a solid level, but
Hmm.
I hope the performance on the pitch tells me otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah. We do have players who are looking to pass it forward and looking to pass it forward quickly.
Yeah,
And I really hope Reece James plays somewhere here.
yeah, that'd be great. Yeah,
Yeah.
uh, and I think Chilwell's also going to be doing that when we
Yeah.
have the ball, just pushing up.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we've seen like these two wingers move into a more of a more closer to Jackson. like at least one of the two at any point of time. So if Mudryk and Gallagher, they might sometimes fall into this number 10 role with Sterling holding the width,
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
opposite thing happens. Yeah.
One more thing I hope to see a lot today is Jackson being released early. I
Yeah.
think with us playing Liverpool, he'll get the opportunity to run in behind, and we've seen what he can do to defenses when he does that. So I
Yeah.
hope our midfield releases him early and lets him, run onto the goalkeeper and make the defense work hard. One more thing I wanted to say is, ironically, uh, our two weakest links are our two most experienced players, like Silva and Sterling. At this point of time, I think both are lacking um, confidence as well as form, I guess. Yeah, I hope they're able to step up and put something in. But yeah,
But I
let's
have
hope they
more,
don't commit mistakes at least.
yeah, but I have more faith in Silva than I have in Sterling.
Of course, definitely. That goes without saying 100%. He's still a Rolls Royce for defender.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, optimistic, but cautiously optimistic, I would say.
Yeah.
So now that we have our starting 11 in place, what do you think about uh, Liverpool's 12th man, if I can say? Uh, what do you think about Anthony Taylor officiating this match?
I just hope new season has had a change of heart and he's fair towards us. But positive, nothing will happen if Anthony Taylor decides that he's going to have his way during the game. So
Yeah.
I am optimistic with the way we've played, but I do hope Anthony Taylor does not ruin that.
Even if Anthony Taylor does play for Liverpool today, I hope we still end up on top today. So
Yeah,
yeah, that'd be amazing. The things that we can't control, it's infuriating to say the least.
yeah,
And this is something that we've seen happen to us again and again, irrespective of who's our owner, whom we're playing against. We're always somehow, on the receiving end of such
yeah,
ridiculous calls, especially against the big teams. I know we've got one or two calls in our favor against smaller teams, smaller clubs, that could have changed changed our season and whatnot. But yeah, especially against the big clubs, we're always on the receiving end.
yeah, yeah. That match against Barcelona always comes to mind. So, but let's not go there. Today is a positive
Yeah,
day. We're starting the season.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's end it with
I'm excited.
predictions.
Sorry.
What is your score prediction?
Yeah, we didn't do that. I think let's say 2-1 to Chelsea.
Yeah, same here. Jackson and Raheem Sterling to score.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with that. And with that note, we'll end this episode.
Yeah.
We'll catch you after the match. Up the Blues, keep the blue flag flying high, and we'll see you on our next episode.